Hey, what's up everyone? David here. Welcome back to another video. This time we're gonna talk Persona, and we're gonna talk Persona rumors again, but credible rumors if you ask me. And joining me today is my good friend King Narukami 45 again. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, David. Thanks for allowing me to be on here again. You know that that you just did, that tongue go crazy. I'm telling you that right now. I love it.
Yes, sir. Today we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about rumors. Let's make that clear. Nothing's confirmed, okay? Persona 6, new information, and also a potential new Persona spin-off. Now, the rumor is credible in my opinion, but before we dive into the swing of things, we have a part 1 to this video, which is discussing new info or just the Persona 3 remake situation and new information that came out recently about it on King's channel. So it's going to be linked in the description down below, so make sure you click that and check that out once you're done with this video. All right, so what happened here? We have shows coming out soon, right? We have the Sony State of Play this Wednesday, the 24th. We're going to be streaming this show, both of us here on the channel, so it's going to be very, very fun. Make sure you guys tune in for that one. But there's also Summer Games Fest, right? No one forgot about that. There's also an Xbox showcase, which don't sleep on it, right? Because last time it was a kind of like a piss and miss scenario with the Persona ports that were revealed during last year's Xbox showcase. So we'll be tuning in into both these two other shows as well, being Summer Games Fest and Xbox. Now, in terms of Persona, what happened? So basically, the information is coming from. Let me start from the Persona 3 remake situation, and make sure you check out King's video as well. I just want to quickly go over that. So what happened is there's someone on Recent Era who talked about a Persona 3 remake and the Persona ports for the 25th before they were revealed. So this person is considered credible by many for that reason. And that person said that the Persona 3 remake is real. They said that at kind of like at the same time as the ports, if I recall correctly. But they said that the gameplay footage that we saw is real and that this game would be revealed during the Xbox Game Showcase next month, because ATLUS has some type of partnership with Microsoft again, set to release this year. That's what this leaker said. But the credible information is not coming from this leaker. If you ask me, it's coming from a content creator that I like quite a bit called Nate the Hate. Nate the Hate recorded an episode today on his show talking about his predictions for the Sony State of Play, and he talked about Persona 6, which we'll get to in just a sec, but he mentioned the Persona 3 remake as well. He is able to corroborate the previous leaker from Recent Era saying that Persona 3 remake should get revealed next month at the Xbox Showcase, and it's set to release late 2023. Now that the table's set, what do you think about this quickly? Because I don't want to go in depth because we talked about that on your video before. Just a little bit of an opinion piece, if you wish.
If Nate the Hate and Gamatsu are all confirming this, I'm all on the board of P3 remake is happening. I mean, we also saw the leaked footage as well last month, so it's only a matter of time. But if for a more in-depth discussion, of course, go to my video. Just a little bit of advertisement for mine, where we talked about the Persona 3 remake, part 1 of this video, but I think it's definitely going to happen, long story short.
So this is the information about the Persona 3 remake, but of course there was other information, which is why we're recording my video here on the channel, and it's Persona 6 and also a third Persona game which is in development right now at ATLUS. Now, this is all a mess, if you ask me, because who's working on this? As far as I'm concerned, there's one team working on Persona, and it's the Persona team. So there's something internally that happened at ATLUS. If these rumors are true, some team has to be working on P3, P6, and a third team on this potential Persona game spinoff. Now, Nate the Hate is the first person who brought this up on his podcast today, saying that there's 3 games in development three Persona games in development at ATLUS, and those are the games. The spinoff, he does not say what it is, nothing actually, so we don't know. He just says there's a spinoff in development, no idea on the launch window or anything. He says the Persona 3 remake's coming out late this year, but most importantly, he says Persona 6 is a late 2024 game. What do you think about that?
I have my doubts about Persona 6 releasing next year because, as we all know, Persona 5 received so many delays, and I think Atlus wants to make this as perfect as possible. But if it's true, I could see it happening because obviously Atlus wanted to reveal Persona 6 during the Persona 25th anniversary. Apparently, things changed, and so they kind of had to lay off that announcement. So hopefully it's the case. Maybe we'll have our hands on the game by the end of next year. We do know it's 1000% in development. They're working on it right now, so late 2024 could possibly happen, but I could also see it get delayed to 2025 if you ask me, especially if they're working on a P3 remake and if they have another team making a spinoff, or if it's an external team, you know, from like Koei Tecmo or something working on the spinoff, and I'm sure we'll talk about that as well. But.
Oh yeah. And what's interesting is that other than the late 2024 release date, he also said it was not going to be revealed at the showcase. He's not aware of when it's going to be revealed specifically, but that was part of his prediction, saying that it's not going to be there. So maybe it's a Summer Games Fest thing, maybe it's a Tokyo Game Show thing. We have no idea, but it's probably not going to be there on Wednesday. No Persona on Wednesday is what he said. That's interesting. Late 2024 to me for Persona 6 makes sense, right? P5R released in 2019, so they've been working on Persona 6 for, I believe, more than 4 years at this point. So it's going to be ready. They're going to have like 6 years of development once it drops. That makes sense to me. I believe it, right? One other thing that Nate told us, and it's the second time that he says that, so I believe it at this point. He said that early last year, Persona 6 will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So you heard me correctly. That means no PlayStation 4. That means no PC, no Nintendo, no Xbox at launch, at least. So he said it could be a time exclusive, but you heard me correctly, right? Could be, because that part he's not sure about. He said, I'm sure it's going to be only PS5 when it drops, but is it going to be like a timed exclusive or a real exclusive forever? That part he's not sure. So very interesting stuff. Late 2024 for Persona 6. If that's real, in my mind, a reveal is imminent. I think it can be revealed anytime now. What do you think?
Now, what I find interesting about it as well is the PS5, of course, but you won't be seeing this game on PS4 either. PS5 right. Exclusive, no last gen version. Which, you know, PS5s, they're out there now. The new generation of consoles is here. You can easily buy one now. It's selling well right now. The PS5's selling really strong from what I understand, including it's picking up a little steam in Japan as well. So I think it might be the time. Now, if you were to release it this year, PS5 only, I think you might have a few problems selling units. But next year, definitely people are going to have their hands on it. Maybe even a PS5 Pro at that point. You never know what Sony might do, but I still think that if it is a timed exclusive, I still don't believe it's going to be, because that goes against everything that Sega is wanting for their IPs right now. They want multi-platform releases, and that goes against everything that they stand for. Unless, you know, Sony decided to give Atlus a bag, which I wouldn't blame them one bit. Like Microsoft gave Atlus a bag for these marketing rights for the Persona remasters and everything.
And if Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say if Microsoft really paid for the Persona 3 remake marketing, which seems to be the case, why wouldn't Sony do it for P6? I get it, but that one is a little different because we're talking about a console exclusive, not a marketing exclusivity, right? So it's interesting. A lack of PS4 version is very strange because remember, y'all, you're good. I know what you all are going to say. There's a big audience on PS5, and there will be an even bigger install base once it drops late 2024, and you're correct by saying that. But don't forget that Atlus is the company who published Persona 5 and dropped it on PlayStation 3 in 2017.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. They generally keep their games, and even Persona 4 was a late PlayStation 2 game, and so it's strange. The lack of PS4 is strange. The fact that it's PlayStation exclusive, I believe, the lack of PS4 version, to me is strange. I find it odd.
I just don't. I don't even see it, not releasing on PC day one at this point. Like I said, it goes against everything that Sega stands for right now in their business practices for their new games.
I have to agree. This is the information that we got today. This was just a quick update that we wanted to chat over for you guys here. If you enjoyed it, just drop a quick thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe as well for more content. We'll be covering these upcoming shows here on the channel, so you make sure you ring that notification bell as well. And if you want to hear more of our thoughts on the whole Persona 3 remake situation, make sure to check King's channel. Again, link is down in the description below. Thank you for joining me, mate.
Anytime, man. I'm happy to be on here again. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, and thank you for watching, y'all. Bye.
We'll see y'all for the showcase on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.